Good morning, Insurance Syndicate. Happy Thursday, as always. Appreciate y'all getting on. We have one hell of a fun guest today, my buddy Chuck McDowell. We were actually talking. I wish I went live 10 minutes ago where we were talking backstage because y'all missed some good stuff that I got.
We do it all again, baby.
Yeah, buddy. I love it, dude. You're one of my favorites, man. I know we met obviously at Coach Burt's event. And I'll be honest, dude. I didn't know. I heard your name before. I didn't know much about you. Now looking back, I'm like, dang, I've heard your commercials forever, but I didn't connect the two. I'm like, I like this. Your presentation, your talk was so genuine, just unprepared, my style, and you just let it rip, dude. You're just a good. I don't know. I assume you're a good old country boy that just figured out how to sell a bunch of shit. So I enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed it. So those that don't know Chuck McDowell, I mean, he's got so much business history that I'm learning every time I talk. But I would say probably most known now for the timeshare business you were in. Certainly sold timeshares, then got into getting people out of timeshares. I know you have a massive mortgage company sponsor. Have a what do you call it? The club, Wesley. It's a Wesley Financial Club, isn't it? At Titan Stadium.
Together. Well, Wesley, the West Club that looks over the river in downtown Nashville is where people. That's the club level people want to rent for events. It's now called the Wesley Mortgage Club. So
Wesley Mortgage.
It's kind of cool. It wasn't that long ago. I had on my mission board. I'm sorry, my vision board. And my goal list in my pocket and in my wallet that I wanted to get my season tickets back because I had to stop buying season tickets. I didn't have the money at one point. And so I wanted tickets. And now I own the whole west side of the paying them $1.7 million a year to just put my name up there. And I'm in the mortgage business.
Yeah, that is true. We haven't even got to that.
I'm saying that just because of the timing.
Yeah. How do you get a club in a stadium, bro?
$1.7 million.
That's it. You got
actually,
the money you get
the great big mortgage company that we all know, I believe the story was Rocket Mortgage contacted them and wanted to do something big with them. And the Titans said, surely there's a local mortgage company that we can do this with. At the time, we were a formed mortgage company, but we had never closed a loan, not one. And every employee that I had from the president down, I was going to terminate. They were hired by someone else in my organization who did not do a good job of hiring people. And when I signed the deal, this is probably the proudest moment of my entrepreneur life, which is my wife says is insane. And if most people watching this, they're going to say it's insane. I inked the deal with the Titans 6 months before we closed our first loan.
No kidding.
Never closed a loan. It's a 5-year contract, $1.7 million a year, and it goes up like 5% a year. And that was ballsy, would be an understatement.
Yeah. So you ain't one of these guys that's got to have it all figured out before you make moves.
No, ready, fire, aim, baby.
Love it, dude. So
as long as the numbers look good on this piece of paper and this pen I've got, then I think I can get my money back. That's the key to me. It's not can I make money? Yeah. Can I get my money back? If I can get my money back, I can make money. But I got to get my money back.
So if you break even, you're good.
If I break even, that means everybody around me. So when I cut that deal, I told the guy with the Titans, Patrick, it's your job to get me my fucking money back. If you don't give me my fucking money back, I ain't paying you anymore. He goes, Chuck, you just signed a 5-year contract. You have to pay me. I said, you ain't listening. If I don't get my money back, I ain't paying you. He goes, but Chuck, you got a contract. I said, we can play this game all day long, but it's your job to get me my money back or I'm not paying you. Then I walked into my office. I got to get my marketing team together. Here's the deal, guys. I got to get my money back. And it's your job to get my money back or you ain't going to have a job here anymore. So I just put enough pressure. And then I tell myself, I got to get my money back. So I put enough pressure on everybody that surely somebody, kind of like those saying, who's got my money? When I go to an event somewhere, I'm looking to, if I'm here, obviously God put me here to meet somebody. Somebody here's got my money. I got to find out who it is.
Yeah.
And you gotta shake hands. You gotta meet people like I met you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I you know what I think when you're talking about taking risk and put money out, I want you to say the number. Share whatever you want, of course. But in our business, dude, obviously you have history in the insurance. You made money in the insurance business in the 90s. And you know, in our space that we were talking offline, it's certainly a recruiting model in most lines of insurance. We're trying to build teams, whatever. One of the biggest hesitations, dude, is when people get into this business, they have this fear of spending money for leads, marketing. Dude, when you told me what you spend on marketing, every conversation I have with leads now with an agent, all I do is think about that. Because I'm like, I thought I was spending money.
You talking about our marketing budget now? $500,000 a
Yes.
week we spend on marketing.
Yeah, say that
Yeah,
one
we
again.
spend $500,000 a week on marketing. I believe that if you're starting a new business, well, you know what? That's pretty close. Our weekly cash flow is about 1.6, 1.7 a week.
So you're
Uh,
spending
so
30% of your money on
I hadn't
marketing.
thought about that in a while, but I always in the past, whatever I make, I'm putting a third of that into marketing for next week or next month.
Love it, dude.
In order to keep growing,
Yeah.
I mean, we're at the point right now that our marketing team has got so good, we actually have too many leads coming in. So this Monday morning when we came in, we had 310 people that had called us over the weekend to buy the products we're selling. It's not like we're cold calling. These are people that heard a radio commercial or a Facebook ad or a TV commercial and called in. We had 310 people that went that weekend without speaking to somebody because we didn't have enough people to cover our leads.
Dang.
So now we're at a point that we cut back our leads, and I'm going, hell no, we got to hire more people, man.
Different thought process, dude. Most people in the insurance space will cut back instead of hiring staff.
Like this, man. When COVID hit, I had a meeting with half the office in one side of the we got 50,000 square foot office space, so we got 25,000 square feet centers. So we had half people on one side and half on the other, trying to keep the cooties away from each other, and you know, we didn't know what was happening. Obviously, everybody was freaking out. And I said to my entire staff, we're not going to lay anybody off. That's an absolute promise from me to you. Whatever happens, nobody in this room will get laid off unless you just don't do it, unless you go on and don't work. And we had to get 300 or 250 laptops together like in 48 hours, and you couldn't find laptops. Everybody's buying laptops. But I said, everybody on earth is going to cut back their spending, their marketing. I'm going to add $100,000 a week to what we're already spending. I'm going to promise I'm going to spend $100,000 extra in marketing.
Yeah.
When everybody goes right, you got to turn left because everybody's wrong. Amen. That's a rule in business. Never, this might piss people off, but obviously I don't care a lot.
Neither do I, bro.
That even to be clear. And that even sounded country. I don't care a whole lot. Never underestimate the ignorance of the American public. When everybody goes right, I know that pisses people off just because I said American in front of it. But I can say the Italian public or whatever. I don't know Italians enough, but bottom line, what I'm saying is, if everybody
the general consensus,
you need to go the other direction. It's kind of like when they're showing a Monday night football game, and now they talk about the gambling and the odds, and they'll say 64% of the American thinks that Jacksonville's going to win. Well, I know I'm gonna grab my phone. I'm gonna bet on the other side, just because everybody went one direction. And you know, we were talking earlier about the model of being able to recruit and build teams. From what I still think. How old are you, John?
I'm 45.
So I think I'm 45. You'll learn at 50 is the best age. Everybody's in training till you hit 50. That's when you start making real money. So whatever you're making now, 50 is about to be a party. But
amen, brother. I'm excited.
When I was young, which again, I still think I'm 30 years old till I look in the mirror and I see all this gray hair. But I think I'm a 30-year-old man. It was all about learning kitchen table, knee-to-knee selling. And that's not like I started my sales in selling. Well, when I was in the fourth grade, I had one of those creepy crawler machines that most kids didn't have. And I was selling creepy crawlers for a nickel and 10 cents to my schoolmates. Then I started selling Cutco knives and electrostatic sweepers door to door when I was 16 years old. And I didn't need the money. When I was 13, living with my mother, I was the brokest kid in school. I was starving, didn't have food, so I needed money. But when I was living with my grandma, my grandparents took me and my sister to raise. I didn't need the money, but I just enjoyed the art of sales
Yeah.
and learning it, not just being a lot of people can say I'm in sales, but you have no sales training.
Yeah.
And I became what I would call a professional strategist when it comes to sales. And but learning selling Cutco knives, selling to my circle of influence was one thing. But when I was telling you before we came on live, when my manager said, Chuck, if you want to recruit people, you can make 20% off everything they say they sell. And I went, how many people can I do that with? He goes, as many as you want. I went, like 50? Yeah. Like 200? He said, yeah. 1,000? He goes, yeah. I went, uh-oh. Then I heard a statement, and I don't forget where this came from. If it was Think and Grow Rich or I'd rather make 1% off 100 people than 100% off myself. Who said
Yes,
that?
sir. Yeah, I've heard the quote too. I can't recall who said it, but yes.
But when I heard that, my brain went, tick, 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 tick. I could be on vacation and somebody's making money for me.
Yeah.
Instead of me having to do everything. That's, yeah, I remember the days being in the help. So Wesley Financial Group was formed as an insurance marketing company.
Oh, no way. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I shut it down and I sold it actually 1996 or 7, something like that.
You're doing final expense sales and stuff, aren't you?
We were here, but until we lost about $2 million, and the guy that was running it didn't know what he was doing, so I shut it down. I don't have the time to build another company.
Yeah.
Although I buy another one next week. I did set out our time, and then I realized I'm buying another company. Yeah, I can't. My brain won't stop. But anyway, the guy that I had to the insurance here.
Got it.
Yeah. So we still have the company formed, and yeah. But when I again just learning how to look the difference between having to get up every morning and go sell something, get up in the morning, I go kill something, bring it home so my family can eat. The way I look at it.
Yeah.
You got to get up and you got to go. The difference of you having to every week or every day, and your entire income is dependent on yourself. That's it's cool. It's exciting, but if you like pressure,
yeah, it was scary. It's a scary time. I feel like
you,
when I started making more money, when it was relying on me, dude, I got more nervous.
yeah.
I'm like, I like this lifestyle, but if I get, we get one sickness, one wreck, one anything, dude, it's a wrap. So I was
making a lot of money
scared.
can be stressful.
Yeah.
I've told many people I think I was happier when I was just worried about how I'm gonna pay my bills every month. But that's not true. I can go up on my jet and fly where I want to go, so that makes life a lot nicer. But
Hey,
again,
I'm
just
working on that, bro.
learning the fine art of sales and recruiting and building a team, like how the insurance companies like yours will allow you to build a team within a team. Real estate companies today allow you to build a team. You couldn't do that when I was young. I mean, we had the insurance company I worked for. It was called Keith Wood Agency. We were selling health insurance to small businesses, and all their managers. So they had state manager and a regional manager and a district manager, then a rep. So if you're a district manager, you got about 7 or 8 reps that join your team, and you make a little bit. But it wasn't like the agent could go build his own team. He could just go hire 1,000 people.
Got it.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah. The layers to it. As you were talking about what kind of money you put into stuff, someone said to me yesterday, and I'm going to say it to you kind of the way I'm just going to change it to your. He said if he were talking to you, he would have said, well, yeah, you can spend that money because you're making a bunch. And my argument is you're making a bunch because you're willing to take those types of risks. Can you go back like the broke days and kind of looking back, kind of tell how that transition happened or your big break or when you like, oh, dang, like I ain't going backwards anymore. Like, do you have that story somehow?
See, I've been one that we touched on this a little bit before we started, but I've always been one that after about 3 years, I get bored. I'm going to go do something else.
Yeah.
When I was in the insurance business in the 90s, I was making $100,000 a month, and that was pretty good money back then. Still good money today, obviously. So I don't act like making 1.2 a year is not any money. But going through what I went through with my first wife, the mother of my two boys, when she died, I had no income, and looking at that, and I sat around for 3 years. I was curled up in a ball. I didn't realize I was depressed.
Yeah.
But obviously my wife had just died. But going through that, and that's where I went broke for the last time. And I think that I just kind of made a pact with myself that I'm not going to, over my life, when I would start a business and I'd run it for 2 to 3 years, then I would just literally throw it away and go build another company, because that's what I love to do.
Yeah.
Like my mentor, Jay Abraham, he hates new startups. He loves a company that's doing 40 million and take it to 100 million. But I love a company doing zero. You just have an idea. That's what that turns me on. But when that happened, when Susan died, it was I have a responsibility to myself. I have a responsibility to my children, to my grandparents, to my great grandparents, to be the best me I can be and never put myself in that spot again. That's where I drew the line in the sand. I used to say I do my best work when my back's against the wall.
Yep.
What that means is I do my best work when I'm broke. In other words, when I'm broke, I'm gonna just bust my ass to get money so I can survive. I now look at it that way every day. I mean, somebody's nipping at my heels today, and I've got to do everything I can. To do what I just said. I've got to make sure that I am the best me I can possibly be.
Yeah.
And I owe that to myself. I owe it to my wife and my kids. Again, my grandfather, my great grandfather, anybody that influenced me. My Jay Abraham. I mean, Jay don't want to work with a guy that's a loser. I mean, it's kind of like if you hire a trainer in a gym. If a real trainer doesn't want to train you, you can't pay me to train you if you're not going to do what I tell you to do.
Yeah,
you make me look like a failure. So I've just decided that I wasn't going to do that again. Like buying a company I buy next week. Don't need to buy another company. I'm pretty busy. It's too good of a deal. The guy that owns this company. He's netting $1 million a year. And when I talked to him, I said, "How much you spent on marketing?" He said, "I spent $4,600 last year." I went, "Well, dude," he was talking about selling it for $6-7 million. I said, "So you spent $4,600 last year on marketing to bring in the clients?" Yeah. I said, "Well, why don't you let me show you how to spend 10 grand a month, triple your business, and stuff for 15 or 20 million?" He goes, "No, I don't want to do that. I just want out." I said, "Would you take 5 million?" He goes, "Yes." I said, "We got a deal." So
just
that's
like that.
Yeah, because
I love it.
Too stupid of a business not to do it. When all you just got to invest in yourself first. And
what business is it? Did you say? I didn't catch if you said what type of business it is.
Yeah, it's
can you? If you can, it's okay.
Close it yet, but
okay. All good.
It's a concierge medical house call type company.
Got it. Okay.
It's for the 1%ers that or man, no, nothing more pain in the ass. Now, if I get the flu, I've got to call Vanderbilt Hospital and go through all that just to go see it. Then they're going to tell you we got an appointment in 5 weeks. We got an opening 5 weeks from now. I'm going, dude, I'm sick today. So here, I just picked up on the college company. I've been using this company for 3-4 years, and
no kidding.
Yeah.
So why not own it? And then you'll just put people in place to run it, change things, do whatever you want to do.
They've got one employee, and everybody else is 1099. I'm going to put somebody that's in charge of sales and marketing. And we're going to sprinkle our digital marketing dust on it, and try to triple the business. And it'd be nice to have a little company. It's weird how life changes. Again, because you put me back in that spot while I was curled up in a ball depressed.
Yeah.
So then I went from that to needing $20 to buy my kids dinner to just saying, be cool to own a little company that was doing 5 million net, and I took it to 15 million net, and I'm laying on the beach just making 15 million a year, not with 2 or 3 employees. And I say that like it's nothing. It's just
it's all relative.
Levels of life, man. I mean,
Yeah.
at whatever age you're gonna have different levels, but bottom line is you have to keep investing in yourself, whether it's spending 30 minutes listening to Zig Ziglar on the way to as you're driving to an appointment, or it's buying more leads. I think in your business, your agents buy their own leads.
In what I do, yes, the people watching vary. But yeah, for the most part, dude, most of insurance, you either got to buy them or you got to go bang on doors cold or sell to friends and family. Warm market referral type business. There's only a couple angles.
And are the leads worth the money?
Yeah, dude, I 5x, 10x my money every year over, bro.
Well, then it just depends on to me, knowing that it boils down to how much do you respect yourself?
Yeah.
What do you want your children to see? What do you want? If I can buy as many leads as I want to buy,
yeah,
and I'm going to 5x, 10x every time I buy a lead, and my wife still has a job making 50 grand,
yeah,
I got a problem with me.
Amen.
I mean, then some people don't think they believe it though. That's a whole. We can spend an hour on. We can spend an hour on that.
Yeah. What's funny, dude, is I think a lot of people expect to make 5x or 10x on every lead versus putting it all in a pot and going, I can net on the money. Not they get mad that Bob didn't turn them a profit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like if you get when we started in the health insurance business back in '89, we had mail-in leads and call-in leads. And the mail-in leads, the guy would stand up and say, I've got 54 leads in Morristown, Tennessee. And I went, where in the hell is Morristown? And then I've got 18 leads in Davidson County, which is Nashville. Everybody's fighting over those 18 leads in Nashville. So you're going to sell where everybody's selling. I took those 54 and went and got me a cheap hotel room and just crushed their guts in every week. They say, what are you doing? I said, I'm not staying in Nashville. I've got a young son and a wife. I'm making money. But yeah, if you can buy as many leads, to be able to recruit and build your own team and have a lead program that works and you can buy as many as you want, there's no reason for it unless you don't think you deserve it.
I agree. It's deep there, dude. I remember early in my career sales when I first started really because I'm not a sales guy by trade. I was always trying to hustle stuff, but I wouldn't say I'm a sales guy. I'm more of like I'm a hustler.
Thank you for saying that. There's a big damn difference.
Yeah. But when I started figuring out how to sell and kind of the psychology of it, and I started getting confidence that I could get a return all the time, dude, there were a lot of people complaining in Atlanta that there weren't enough leads in their neighborhood in Metro Atlanta, whatever. Dude, I used to get on a plane and fly to Utah to sell because I could get a ton of leads back in, I think it was 2015 or 16 or something, and people thought I was nuts, but dude, it helped us blow up. And it increased my belief level in myself and what I was doing and the team and the people watching me. And so it all ties in, dude. You said something about money a minute ago where you were worried about $20. Will you share that story, dude? About the guy that you thank now?
Yeah.
Will you, I want you to talk about the impact on that and where you were at in life. Like, dude, that story hit me, dude, when you shared that.
I was, when I spent a lot of time in the insurance business. We worked as an affiliate broker with ADT. So I made a lot of money in the home security business, buying and selling accounts. But when my wife passed away, I curled up in a ball, ran out of money. I asked a friend of mine, and this was hard. I was moving from one home to another, probably because I couldn't pay where I was living. And I asked him for money to buy my kids dinner. And he just kind of rolled his eyes and reached in his pocket and he pulled out a $20 bill and threw it at me. And Yeah, when you ask the question, what happened, and like what snap when you decided you weren't ever going back to that again.
Yep.
That's one of them. But watching that $20 bill float through there, and then it landing, and how it made me feel to bend over and pick up a $20 bill. It's like he was throwing a $20 bill at a homeless man, because I was pretty close. And it's wild. I spoke on a stage, Cody Askins deal at Nissan Stadium once, and I talked about this story and didn't think anything about it. And the guy called me a week later. He goes, "Man, I heard you said my name on the stage."
No way.
Yeah, I said, "Damn, dude, I didn't think you." The good to know.
So you still know him today?
Thank you for the $20 bill. Yeah, we don't talk a lot, but it's been a few years since I talked to him. Yeah, it wasn't something that a best friend of mine would have done.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we don't talk a lot. I've got what I call no asshole rule. If you're an asshole, I don't hang out with you. So anybody throws a bill at somebody's, he did give me the $20, but the manner in which he did it helped change my life. And it seems strange to go back and think about, because it's so raw and so real. Working your ass off to get to a certain point in life, and then letting something like that knock the wind out of your sails is. But then again, I think it's to be able to tell that story, man. It's fun. It's cool that I actually can look in the mirror and go, "I did that." I mean, when I have people in my office that I hire that have been in sales, I ask them, "Have you ever been broke?"
Yep.
And no, man, I've never had a need or want for anything. I mean, not obviously, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I think it would be nice to say that, but I can't. So I don't know.
I wonder too, bro.
but I mean, if you've had a foreclosure and you've watched a car be repoed, or you've laid in a wet, damp grass trying to figure out how to take that chain off your water, so you can have water in your house. If you've done that, you're a whole different human. You live two different lives. And I've been two different people, and I know which one I like the most.
Yeah. Same, dude. I was 35 and still broke. Like, I never went unbroke. I was just broke the whole time. I had a similar, had a moment, dude.
Never been unbroke.
Nah, not well. Now it's not, and I definitely like it a lot better. I mean, unfortunately, I have 5 kids, and they range wildly, because I had my first at 16. So like the first 2 for sure grew up completely broke. The second 2 have seen like a transition, and Maddox, our youngest, he don't know nothing about broke. It's wild seeing, how differently you got to speak to them and treat them, raise them, things like that. It's nuts, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. My 2 sons run my marketing department. I said to them the other day, we were at our Florida house, and we're just riding down the road, and I said, "I wish you 2 could be broke.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want to put you through that. But I wish you could experience what that's like." And of course, I'm doing everything in my power to make sure my kids don't go through it, but I wish they had gone through it.
Yeah. Gives you a little something.
They were kind of going through it, but they didn't know. I mean, when mom passed away, they didn't know. They didn't know if I had money or not had money. They didn't know. So it's not something you want your kids to go through, though.
Yeah. What's crazy, dude, is there's a lot of people that'll watch this that have that moment where they're curled up in a ball, someone's throwing a 20 at them, their version of it. But they don't break through, so they can never tell the story. You've been around a lot of people, dude, rich, poor, salespeople. What's your opinion? Like, why do you think some people just stay stuck, dude?
I think that several reasons. You get kind of deep on these, but I think I think it's mama daddy issues.
Yep.
A lot of the time. And I'm a member of a group called EO, Entrepreneurs Organization. And what we do when we meet is we talk about the best part of our lives, our top 5%. Stuff that if you talk to your friends and family, you're bragging that you can't bring up. And then your worst 5%. Dealing with that worst 5% and learning that everybody's got a story. I thought I had the worst childhood ever.
Yeah.
And I hear people's stories. I go, damn, yours was worse than mine. But I think and I don't think it's just America. I think it's the whole world. I think that a lot of us have mom and daddy issues that we need to deal with, and we think going to a therapist is not cool. And in my opinion, everybody should have a therapist or mentor or a coach that you can talk to and share with. But it boils down normally to answer your question, a belief in yourself and looking in the mirror and being proud of the effort you're giving. And not looking back and go, I wish I would have. I wish I would have worked a Saturday here and there. I wish I would have. I mean, I don't want to say I wish I would have.
Yeah.
And that's hard. And I've said, you may have heard me say this, I believe it true entrepreneurship is a little bit of a mental disorder. If you do it properly, you can half-ass it, and it's not. But if you're doing everything you can with everything you have, you're going to be a little mental about it. I mean, you're working Saturdays. I mean, I've got to reach this goal. This is something I must do. Problem is when you do that and you don't reach it, you don't hit a goal, then you start beating yourself up, and you ain't got time for that. The getting up after you've been knocked down part of life is everything. I mean, we could talk all around everything. Everybody gets knocked down, man.
Amen.
Everybody. So don't sit around and feel sorry for yourself. Ain't but one person gonna take care of you. Boy, the sooner we learn that, the better. It took me a long time to figure that one out. To be honest with you, is you're always looking for somebody else to help. Ain't nobody helping.
Yeah,
you got to take care of yourself. But
just
to be able to know your self-worth and go get it is that's the starting point.
Yeah.
Then you got to fail. Nothing wrong with failing. You just got to get your ass back up.
It's true.
You got to be like Rocky. You're going to get knocked down. I'm going to get up and we're going to start throw some body blows till you knock me down again. But I'm going to keep throwing punches.
You're still getting punched in the face.
Oh, yeah, dude. We've got three federal lawsuits with different timeshare companies. The last one, good old Wyndham, my attorneys would hate me saying this. They served me the last time, so I've already beat them in federal court. We settled the second time. I can't say much about that. And then all I can say is I'm smiling. And and then this time so when we settled 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, it was so neither one of us could ever sue each other again. Only in America can they still sue you again after settling, saying you can't sue me anymore. And they served me on Christmas Eve. So they're watching the house to wait till I'm walking to the table with the ham, with my family sitting at the dining room table, and the guy knocks. He said, man, I'm so sorry. They called me. They told me they'd pay me 5 times more normal rate if I'd serve you while you're walking to the table.
Damn.
That's people don't like you. That means I'm doing my job.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the kind of fun going to war with multi-billion-dollar companies.
That's that mental disorder, bro.
That is a mental disorder, bro.
That's my favorite thing you said.
Oh, ain't no lie. I'm a little, but I'm like when I was young, I was at a fight club, and we used to have a guy always say, "Ain't nobody going to whip me because I'm willing to die." And I went, damn. I mean, I'm like 11, 12 years old. I was, shit, I'm gonna fight that dude. I ain't ready to die. But like when what I do now, one of us is gonna die, and it ain't gonna be me. Because what I'm doing is right. I'm helping people. What you're doing is destroying people's lives. So, and I got Jesus standing beside me. So I'm one of those that I'll say Jesus and fuck in the same sentence. And if you don't like that, I'm sorry. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Yeah. Hey. As long as you're still talking about God, you're all right.
Yeah. I love it, dude. I was going to ask about the mental disorder, so I'm glad you brought it up because I cried. I'm not like super like you have some stories that can get you a little emotional on the negative side.
Oh yeah.
I laughed so hard I cried in Nashville when you said that. I couldn't stop. I felt like I was being rude by laughing so much.
Well,
I never heard it worded that way.
I've never heard it worded that way until I said it that day, I believe. As you said, I don't come to a stage prepared.
Yeah.
I don't come to a stage wanting to sell you something. I don't want to teach you how to speak and pay me a fee. Yeah. I, Most people you hear speakers. Nothing wrong with that. We all need. I mean, Zig Ziglar to me was a speaker.
Yeah.
But he's one of my. I mean, I list him as one of my top 4 or 5 influences on my life. But to me, it's nice to have somebody come to stage just to try to help people. And there's no.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't want anything from him. I'm a businessman. I'm running a business. I'm not a professional speaker. Yeah. That's my goal in another 5 years. Kind of the reason I do that is just to kind of warm up and see what works out. The only thing I hate about it is I hate it when I got a spotlight in front of me when it's a big crowd and I can't see everybody. Because to me, I'm playing poker. I'm selling when I'm on stage. I'm watching the crowd's body language, and so I know where I need to take my brain. But when I can't see them,
hard.
Yeah, it's a lot different then. I don't enjoy that as much.
Dude, Stephanie sent me, my wife, who you met, she sent me yesterday or day before. I haven't watched it yet, but she sent me your YouTube. What's it, Timeshare Warrior?
Oh yeah.
Story about. How was that, dude?
Well, it's supposed to be a Netflix or Amazon Prime documentary. It will be. This is what I would say the first 43 minutes. It's timesharewarrior.com. Anybody want to watch it? It's about how Wesley Financial Group was formed, what we do, interviewing. You got some client interviews. Kind of emotional for me. It's hard for me to watch really without really choking up in tears. But we have all of our clients watch it before we make them watch it before they're allowed to do business with us. So you get for who we are. And but it will be a Netflix documentary. But what we're waiting on is the ending. The ending of this is going to be a great film.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I mean by with these 3 lawsuits, and I'm sure I'll have other ones.
I understand.
You never know. I might be on the offensive here soon. So, I may have something in the works myself. But
there's going to be a part 2. There's going to be a part 2.
Boy, howdy. I got a little something for them. So, when you rip off senior citizens enough, somebody's going to get angry about it. So, get the right people pissed off. But, with the timeshare industry, all I've ever tried to get people to do is just stop lying.
Yeah.
But if you're selling something for $50,000 that you can get on eBay for $1, how are you going to sell that without lying about it? So,
anyway. Hey, that was the evolution of your business creation. Is you figuring that out?
Yeah, after my wife died and I curled up in a ball, I needed a place just to go, man. And then I needed a place to get up in the morning and be, because I found myself, it's weird to talk about, but I would get up in the morning, I'd take my kids to school. They went to a private Christian school. And I would come back home and go to bed. I'd get up at 2:00 in the afternoon, take a shower, go pick up the kids. And I was coaching basketball, and I'd go to the basketball practice at the school, acting like I've been working all day. And finally said, man, I don't have any money. I got to get back in the swing of life. That's what I told myself. When I wrote down my goals, I've got to get back in the swing of life. In other words, I got a place I get up and go. So I went to Wyndham and I had friends that were making $300,000, $400,000, $500,000. I pull in, and all the sales reps' cars are parked, and BMWs to Mercedes to Corvettes to whatever you want to see. Everybody's making money. And I thought, well, this will be good. I think our morning meeting was at 7 a.m. So I was up at 5 in the morning, gave me a place to go and be, and met a lot of great people. So just because somebody sells timeshare doesn't mean they're evil humans. Put that out there, make everybody know this. We're all the same people. They make you take a personality test, but there's a fork in the road, and as Yogi Berra says, you got to take that. Anytime you come to a fork in the road, you got to take it.
Yeah.
You just don't know which one. So the people that, after you realize what timeshare really is and what you're saying is not truthful, there's people that are okay with it and stay. I'm not saying they're bad people. And there's people that, like me, that said, no, man, can't be lying to 80-year-old couples. And but their sales model works.
Yeah.
And and I guess I should be happy that they're lying because I built an Inc. 500 company from scratch. I didn't have anybody to copy, which is that's insane. That's insane in a good way.
Agreed. It's
We're going to
nuts.
start a company that, I mean, I think insurance, you're just kind of copying what somebody else does. You're just going to make it better.
Yeah.
Just making it better.
I don't even know if I make it better, dude. I just copy it. I just do more.
And that's okay too. Yeah, you're making it better. Yeah, you're putting events together. You're bringing people together in a way that I haven't seen done. So yeah, and you're right, man. If you've got leads, my first question would be if I was in your organization, is how many people can I recruit?
Yeah.
How do I get paid off of them? How many leads can I buy myself every week? Is there a number?
As many as you want.
Hello?
Unlimited.
Yeah. And if you don't have the money, that's when it's time to look in the mirror and go pawn granddaddy's shotgun.
Yes, sir.
I mean, when you do things like that, it's going to make you be successful. I mean, I've done that. I've been to pawn shops trying to keep my businesses going. And hey, man, I say this all the time. This was one. It's all anybody needs to know is that number one. You know how many times you have to be right in your lifetime to live a life of extreme abundance?
That's it. Just one.
Just all you need is one. I've had several and just pissed them away, thrown them away, or straight up made a stupid decision and lost it. But you just got to get up and do it again. And one time. And and if anybody's watching this, they found the one time.
It's right here in front of you. You just got to pick it up and run.
You just got to look in the mirror and decide, I'm going to make that guy happy, or I'm going to make that gal happy. I'm going to be proud of myself. I'm going to give it everything I have. Don't look back. Don't half-ass shit. You know, as I say, touch the line. And Coach is on me hard about writing a book about touch the line. So I'm going to definitely have to do touch the line. Travis.
Yes, he put it up there earlier. He said it.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. Yeah. You may just talk about that, or has everybody here heard it?
Do it, man. I'll stay here all day with you, bro. I'm good.
Cool. All right. We all have either played sports or at least we're in a gym class where you have to start the baseline and run to that free throw line, touch the line, and you run to half court, and we call them suicides.
Yep.
And when I coached middle school basketball for 21 or 23 years now. I can't remember now. And we'd run suicide. The first thing I would do is I'd watch which kid would touch the line, which kid comes up short.
Yes,
to me, that tells me which kid's going to dive for the basketball as it's going out of bounds, or the one that's going to go, it was going to go out of bounds and I couldn't have gotten there anyway.
Yep.
That right there sums up life. I could talk about that statement. Who's diving for the ball? Who's saying it would have gone out of bounds anyway? I couldn't have made that sell anyway because they don't drive the right car or whatever. Yep. But so when you would have somebody not touch the line and they're running right beside me, just pissed me off because they'd outrun me but they didn't run the court. It'd be like if I'm shooting a free throw line and I want to scoot up 2 feet and I get to count that. No, dude, you got to shoot from this line. It's a rule. Kind of golf. You can say I shot scratch, but you kicked them around trees and you didn't not touching the line, dude. Just do things the right way. But in life, from the time you learn that it's a pattern, winning is a habit, losing is a habit. The easiest way to break that is from the time you wake up in the morning, you touch the line. And you write that down. What does that mean? Does that mean I need to be up by this time? I need to be in the gym by this time. I need to eat this. And everything you do in life, you touch the line. It's when you make the bed, do you make the bed properly? When you have a cup of coffee and you finish it, do you set it in the sink and then later move it to the dishwasher, or you just go ahead and wash it like I do. I wash it, dry it, put it back. I ain't got why it took the same amount of time as it would take me to sit in the dishwasher. But the guy that just sits it in the sink, waiting on the wife to move it to the dishwasher, you're not going to be successful in life. That's my theory. You're not. You're waiting on somebody else to do it for you. That one's bad, man. Anybody that does that, to me, driving a clean car, a dirty car. If I'm recruiting somebody, I watch what car they drive out of. I don't care what kind of car. Some of my most successful friends drive this absolute. When a guy's car last night, he's got tons of money driving about a 10-year-old Prius. I don't think he's ever washed it. To me, person needs to have a car that's clean. That's part of touching life. Clean clothes, shower, basics. But when it comes down to I can buy leads, but I'm going to buy 15 because instead of 25. And I would say, why? You didn't touch the line. Do you have the money to buy the 25? Yeah. Can you double your money? Let's just stick with that. What's the odds of them doubling their money when they buy leads?
Hey, as long as they work, dude, everyone in here knows the answer.
Yeah, so they can all double their money. So what would be the absolute no-brainer? Like 3X, 4X, 5X?
I think if I looked at someone great at sales and working leads and resolving things, 10X is a pretty standard number.
Somebody average that's just
4 or 5X.
And all you got to do is get them better at sales, which means I got to get you better at learning how to ask questions and listen and give the client what they need. You don't have to sell anybody, or we use the word hustle somebody. We don't have to hustle. We just got to provide a product and a service that they actually want to buy. And that's just learning how to answer questions properly and giving them what they want, not selling them, not closing them. But if you have the right questions, they'll sell themselves. So you get 5X your money by buying leads. Then I would buy as many as I could possibly buy, and by any means I had to do that. So if you're listening to this and you're not where you want to be, but you have access to any money to go buy more leads, I would ask, what are you waiting for? I mean, we're not getting any younger, and the sooner you get started, the sooner you're going to finish. So, I don't understand why. So I'm sure you got people. What percentage of the people buy leads, or which one just go knock on the door?
I mean, I would say a large, way over 75% don't buy anywhere near enough leads. The top echelon of agents. It stands, dude. Yeah, it stands. And what's crazy?
I hate saying it.
It's true though, dude. It's true. What's nuts is I'll look at people that don't invest enough, and I'll look at like what they sell relative to what they buy, and they're actually like pretty decent. They just don't put the numbers on their side to be successful, and it's like they get on this hamster wheel, dude. If I could solve that, dude, I'd be worth 12 figures.
I've said this. This is not something I've said in a long time, but I believe 80% of people that are in sales are in sales for one reason and one reason only. That's so they can tell their friends and family they have a job.
Amen, bro.
And
I can feel that.
Most of those people are in the insurance and real estate business. So I can go pass an insurance test. I can hang my license here at this company. I can tell my people, all my friends at church and my bowling league or my wife, baby, I got a job. This is what I'm about to do. Instead of this is what I'm doing right now. And I'm in sales because I'm lazy. Yeah, dude. I want to make brain surgery money, but I don't want to go to school to be a brain surgeon. I want to learn how to sell shit, man. If you learn how to sell shit, you'll never want in your life. So learn how to sell shit, man. I'm lazy.
If only they knew the truth, dude. I couldn't agree more.
Now I work 24/7,
Yeah.
But because my brain's
Still,
just, I got a sick
it's a hell of
entrepreneur.
a shortcut. It's a
It's,
hell of a
yeah,
shortcut.
yeah, just learn how to sell. It's not hard. Simply download every Zig Ziglar and Tom Hopkins thing. I don't even like any new people that are in sales that are on social media. I don't want to piss people off. I don't care. Obviously, don't care. Download Zig Ziglar and Tom Hopkins. Listen to that. If you're in the car selling insurance, oh, I got to tell you this story. So when what was the guy's name, man? The big radio guy that's real, Rush Limbaugh. So
Oh, yeah,
when
yeah.
Rush Limbaugh first came out, I was selling health insurance, and
Yep.
I was all in. I'll just say I was all into that camp at that time. My head was.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm riding down the road and I'm listening to Rush Limbaugh all day, and it's just stirring up shit, just stirring up shit, stirring up shit. I noticed my numbers were going down. And then while I'm listening to Rush Limbaugh, when he wasn't on, I pop in a Zig Ziglar tape. Had my tapes in my trunk. It's funny now, of course. Don't have to have a tape. I have a tape box. And I listened to Zig Ziglar, and I would notice he kept saying, "What you put in your brain comes out. Whatever you put in comes out. Whatever you put in, it comes out." So I said, "You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna take 1 week. I'm gonna listen to nothing but Tom Hopkins and Zig Ziglar. That's all I'm listening to. At home, in the car, whatever. It's all I'm gonna listen to. I'm gonna watch TV or news. But when I'm in the car, that. And then next week, I'm gonna listen to this guy named Phil Valentine from Nashville, Rush Limbaugh. I just listen to that stuff all day for a week. And I did it 4 weeks. I alternated.
Mm-hmm.
3-1, 5-1 difference. Same people,
Right.
same leads, man. Same area, same city. And I'm selling 5 times more because I'm listening to positive stuff instead of this negative bullshit. And we still have negative bullshit. That's one thing. If you'll just stop listening to that, stop listening to your sports talk and your Fox News or CNN, I don't care which one it is, while you're working. That's the no. No, that's number one. Buy enough leads and put the right thing in your brain. Listen to Zig, man. Yeah. That'll 5x your business. If you're making $100,000 a year right now and you're listening to that shit, you're really making $500,000. You just don't know it yet. It's a fact. That one I'll lay my life on. It's an absolute fact of life, man. It's like this right here is gravity. Same damn thing.
Yeah.
A fact. If you whatever you put in your brain, it's gonna come out. It's like Zig would say, everybody you meet's got a sign on their chest says, "Make me feel good." Yeah. You do that instead of rushing to listen to Rush Limbaugh. You walk in and, dude, I would imagine my face even look different.
Yeah.
I'm just mad and angry at the world, you know. So yeah, but that all boils down to what I said earlier. If you don't have a burning desire to be the best you that you could possibly be, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. I mean, if you're waiting on somebody else to help you, waiting on your wife's check to come in, or you're in sales so you can tell your friends and family you have a job, and 80% of people watching this, that's a fact. And they know it. As I'm saying it right now, they're going, shit, he just pegged me.
Yeah.
And I did.
Hey, in this business, they blame their upline in my world. Like my upline don't give me.
Hey, it's the lead's fault. It's the manager's fault. So when I was first getting insurance, those leads were mail-in leads. So I had my office print the lead cards. I had to just copy them and print them. And I would get the yellow pages, and I had my secretary call and ask for the owner's name of companies in the yellow pages. What's your owner's name? Who owns your company? John Smith. Thank you. Click. So we'd write John Smith, address, company name, and I had a red stamp. It said urgent on it. I'd stamp urgent on it. And I said, I got these Glenn Ross leads. I got these special leads. This is before Glenn Ross. I got these special leads. These are urgent. They've called in. They need somebody immediately. Those were fake leads. You know how much they outsold the real ones?
Isn't that crazy, dude?
It's all right there, man. If I think this is an urgent, they want to buy from me right now.
Yeah.
Then again, there's people that's watching this that you could go sell an insurance policy to this person right now. You just don't get up off your ass and do it. That I don't know how to fix.
Yeah.
And you got that's a problem we'll always have. I don't understand that part. I think it boils down to you don't think that you deserve to be successful. You don't or you think having money is evil. Having money is not evil. The love of money, when you put money above God, and that's a whole different insanity. That don't even make sense. I don't think God wants us riding around in a shitty car.
You don't drive one, bro. I was showing Amanda in my office because she was on maternity when you spoke, so she didn't get to come meet you. And so I was showing her some of your social. She was like,
"Which car was I in?"
The Rolls.
Oh yeah, they're trying to take that car from me, man. They offered me. I leased that car, and they want to give me $180,000 cash if I'll turn it in.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it's a 2019. It's got 7,500 miles on it. They didn't make them in 20 or 21 because of COVID. 22 they made them, but they only shipped them to Europe. The next Rolls Royce Dawn, which is the one with the suicide doors and convertible, are going to be 2024. They're going to be electric. So I got the last engine, and they only made 50 of my color scheme. So
it's an orange interior or something, ain't it?
That's that deep dark blue exterior with that tangerine.
Yeah.
That low profile orange interior.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
Amanda was like, whoa. I'm like, that's why I like them.
My favorite car is a Bentley GTC, a Bentley convertible. That's my favorite car to drive. I just enjoy driving it. But it's nice to be able to. Everybody on this call deserves to have the same cars.
Yes, sir.
I've been in your shoes. I've been broke selling insurance.
Yeah.
The key is just look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm gonna be proud of myself. I'm gonna make my wife and my family proud of me. And I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna kick ass and take names. I've always had a problem with how do you not want to be the number one rep? I mean, I'm sure you have a list of your top 10 performers.
I have a list of all 1,800, bro. Even the bottom one that sold one policy last month for like $4. Yep.
I mean, unless you've got something going on in life that's keeping you from being successful, normally it is something that's just here.
Yep.
But yeah, I can't. I'm not good at that. And then said, I don't know how to teach that. I don't know how to teach me touching the line as a kid versus coming up short and me understanding that was a problem with that. I don't understand how I have a brain that if I look at a board and then you got your top 20 and I'm number 18, oh, hell no. Why? I mean, seriously, why? Why is somebody number one and you're number 18? Why is somebody number one and you're number 800? Why? I mean, I hate the what's your why thing. I want to slap people. I just got so sick of what's my why. Come up with something new. I mean, Jiminy Christmas. Well, what's my why?
Why do they accept it? But why?
I love my family and I want to take a nice vacation. No, really, dude. Why in the hell you think it's okay to be number 800 or number 6 when somebody else is number 1? Are they smarter than you? Well, then it's pretty easy to get smarter. I'm sure you got plenty of training tools, right? Mm-hmm. So you can get smarter. I don't have enough leads. Why? Go pawn something, sell something, get your closet and clean it out, sell that shit on eBay, go buy some leads. But there's absolutely zero reason except right here, man. And you got to fix that. And now we all go through life, and you have life that is hard to leave at the front door. Yeah. Or if you're getting in your car and you're selling, man, when you're going through things in life, that's hard. But I just say this, that don't think you're the only one that's done that. Mm-hmm. Everybody that's listened to this, I hope you've had some issues in your life or you've not been enjoying life. I mean, quite honestly, me and the mother of my sons, my first wife, passed away. I look back at it now. We didn't fight much. We hardly ever got in a fight. Well, the reason we didn't get in a fight, we didn't have any deep conversations. Me and my wife now, we have deep conversations and we get disagreements. It's kind of like in work. I mean, you got to have you got some serious conversations with yourself, though. Do I really want to go do this? Do I want to be number one? Do I want to go recruit 20 people to do this? So when I'm on vacation, I'm still making money. And it's just, we talked about before I got on this line is I feel like I'm rambling, but I guess that's what you want me to do.
Dude, I could listen to you all day, bro. If they haven't figured out how to take some of this and go change something right now, dude, they had it on mute. Like I mean, this is great.
Man, I'm happy to do this with you anytime.
You might be a regular. Me and you might just do the show every week.
I'd be happy to. I'd really be happy to.
I'll get you on as often as you'll let me, dude. I could chop it up with you forever.
Call me, let me know when, and I'm on it.
I will.
I'd love to. Maybe we'll do a Q&A or something one time. I'd love to do
Let's do it. You let me know a schedule for you, a Thursday, same time. We'll do a wide open Q&A for anyone that gets on.
Thursday mornings are normally good, even if I'm leaving, I think next week. I got to go to the Virgin Islands for a while. That's kind of where my soul is.
I love it. I need to come with you.
Yeah.
I saw your last one. I'm like, hooey. Is it Bora Bora? Is that Virgin Island? I'm ignorant, dude.
No, Bora Bora is
different.
Polynesian island. And that's a French Polynesian islands. It's called like you're flying to Australia, but right before you get to Australia,
got it.
So Bora Bora is cool, but there's a resort. Everybody needs to write this down. It's called the Brando. Marlon Brando bought a string of islands, 99-year lease. His family owns it now. He's passed away. You got 24 villas. I walk out of the bar and walk into Portia and Ellen. So, I mean, that's the people that go there because there's only on this big island, you got 24 villas. You have your own. It's a little small house, about 1,800 square feet. Got a pool outside. You walk out and you got a reef. Your reef is probably 400 yards out. I got 20-foot waves crashing, and you just go out with your snorkel gear, and you got, I mean, the current just carries you like a lazy river. It's sick off the chart, and it was cheaper than going to the Four Seasons Bora Bora, and that needs to be on everybody's vision board if you like vacations. Yeah, but the Virgin Islands, I used to go to Hawaii, but I started to go to Jamaica, and then I started going to the Virgin Islands. Like St. John, Virgin Gorda.
Oh yeah, yep.
Everybody's got to go to the Soggy Dollar Bar. I even got my coasters they remind me of it. The Soggy Dollar Bar is a bar in Yost Van Dyke. The name Soggy Dollar comes from this. There ain't no boat dock. So you got to get in the water, you anchor down, and you got to swim into the bar.
No way.
So your money's wet. So they got this strings and they hang everybody's money up when they pay and it dries. So hence the name Soggy Dollar Bar. And we go there. I go there.
Still to this day that way? You got to swim to it still right now?
Yes, sir.
This is awesome. Hey, Steph, I know you're watching. Let's book this thing.
Oh, yeah. And so we fly to Virgin Gorda, stay there, and got to go to Soggy Dollars. They actually have great food. And they got these little drinks called the painkillers. And I tend to stack the cups up after I'm there for about 5 or 6 hours. Got to have a good time. Got to go to islands, drink a little rum.
I love it. I'm a vodka guy, but I'll drink with you, bro.
Yeah, but then just everybody can have a dream like that. But if you have that dream and you don't get up tomorrow morning, and call those damn leads and start making it happen, and then so in your business, I could go recruit my friends to come to work for me.
Yeah. All day, every day.
When I did that, you know how I did that? Was I showed them a check.
Amen.
I had this one dude, this one guy, Jeff Davis, I call him JD, and I went to college with him. I got to tell you a story about this guy. So I kept showing him, I kept telling him, man, you got to come work for us, man. There's a bunch of young guys just like us, and they built this very competitive. I mean, I had to go buy I didn't have to. I went and bought a brand new tailor-made suit before every meeting. That was kind of meeting. Everybody walked in and everybody was dressed to the nines. I mean, it was competitive. I mean, they made it. They had a weekly grapevine thing they sent out with everybody ranking them from 1 to 800 or whatever. And So I kept trying to hire JD, and he says, "How much money are you making?" I said, "Well, I made $5,000 this week," and then said 1989, 90. And then I say, the next week I'd say, "How much you make this week?" 3,800. Next week, 6,700. He goes, "I don't believe you." So I started sending my checks. He came to work for me. I said, "Well," he goes, "How about you may have a sales contest?" I said, "You want to go up against me, really?" He goes, "Yeah." So we were going to buy each other lunch. We met on Monday morning. That's where they passed out the leads. And we got a paycheck and leads on Monday morning. Then we'd all go to lunch somewhere. Then we'd go and start calling our leads. I never beat him in 1 week. Wow. Every morning, they gave me the area of Knoxville, Tennessee as a manager. I moved up to a regional manager, but your region is East Tennessee. But I live in Brentwood.
Yeah.
So I had to get up on Sunday afternoon. I have to drive to Knoxville, check in my hotel room, come back on Friday. Charles, my oldest son, was a newborn. And me and JD and two others shared a suite at this little $80 hotel room, but it had 4 beds in it. And they would always say, JD gets the best leads. That's why he outsells everybody. I said, sure he does. He gets the leads that are better than me. I stack the leads in areas, and I go, all right, my number one rep gets these leads. One morning I woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I had a 8 o'clock appointment. And we'd all been out partying a little bit. I was 29 years old, hell, at 30. And we'd had a little fun until about 3 o'clock in the morning. Everybody head hurt, but I got time to go to work. So I get up about 6:30. I look out in the parking lot. JD's car's gone. I woke everybody up. I said, I need y'all to stand up. It's an emergency. Get up. Look out. See that parking spot? Whose car was there?
Yeah.
It was JD's. That's why I can't outsell him. Now, y'all go back to bed.
Damn.
So you got to get up and go. So I'm going to sum this up. You got to get up and go, and what you put in is what's going to come out. And you got to do it for yourself, number one. You got to be the best you could possibly be.
I love it, dude. I could not have said any of it any better, bro. I appreciate your time. I know I said 30. We went an hour and 8. So dude, I appreciate you. Anything I can do to help in any way, you obviously can anytime reach out. And I'm definitely gonna take you up on that Q&A. I'll text you offline, and we'll schedule something. Whatever works around you, I would love to do it, man. And
I believe I'm here next week. Then the next week I'm gone. But yeah, I'd love to. Anytime I can do it with you, man. I enjoy it.
All right, cool. I appreciate it, brother. You have a great day. Y'all have a good one.
Day, baby. Go crush it, baby.
Later, bro.